Hi and welcome to another short episode. I've just watched two ladies. Now this is my point of view, my feelings. I'm not talking about anyone else but my feelings and my morals. As you know, over the last 48 hours, things have escalated. I'm going to talk about Fiona, and I don't care what beef people have with her or don't. This is about me. Fiona has been a dear friend to me, a really dear friend to me. She knows me. She knows my morals. She knows how much the truth to me means, regardless of it, if it hurts. She knows that that's something I am completely passionate about, is the truth. She's always been good to me. I've always been good to her. She knows the person I am. Carla. I love Carla. I think she's great. Another woman with morals and a heart. I know in my heart, I knew last night in my heart that Carla was not involved in this because she has morals. And Carla's very much like me. She would, and so's Fiona, that would come out and say something themselves. They wouldn't have to sneak around. They wouldn't have to do this. They wouldn't have to do that because they have morals. These are two women that I actually respect. They've not done anything to me. Like I said, you have your own thoughts and opinions, but these are mine. I stood by Trevor. I was loyal. Never said a bad word about him. Never. But he thought it was okay to take it upon himself and tell a lie about me. I wouldn't do that because that's my morals. That's my transparency. That's my no bullshittery. Do you not think these two ladies can read between the lines here? Do you not see that these two ladies know that this is completely wrong? Trevor knows in his heart that I was not the one to run to him and say that there was a four-way conversation that literally had nothing to do with him. I know who the common denominators are here. And it's disgusting. I've been nothing but loyal, respectful. I've been respectful when he probably didn't deserve respect. His drunken rants, calling me a cunt, which I don't care about that. If I'd done something wrong, you can call me a cunt all day, every day. But when I haven't done something wrong, I don't deserve it. Neither does Bron, because Bron has been loyal too. And she's been ripped to shreds for zero, for nothing. I gave that man respect when he probably didn't deserve it. You know, probably about 8 months ago, he was on a big drunken rant and he was on a live and he was being really actually abusive to some people when it was my early morning and his life was still going. And it was really going to be very detrimental if that live was still on. I rang him and I rang him and I rang him. Obviously, all these mods were asleep. And I called and I called and I called until I got him and said, Trevor, your live is still going and you need to fucking delete that right now because the trolls are going to eat you up alive. And he could not believe that the live was still going. That's how drunk he was. But out of respect of this man for that live not to get out there, I made sure that he turned it off and he deleted it. out of respect for him. I'm a loyal friend. What he has done in the past 48 hours by blatantly saying a lie about me and hurting a lot of people along the way is appalling. Absolutely appalling. All he had to do was retract that it was not me that went to him whilst I was in hospital, hooked up to heart machines, blood pissing down my fucking arm. If you want, I can post photos of it, the exact date. And I know who's driving his train. I know who's instigating him to do these things. And it's so fucking disappointing. All he had to say was that he didn't have to say who told him, because I know who told him. All he had to say was, I made a mistake, I was pissed off, she did not tell me. But no, he can't do that. He can't do that. Yet these two women that can see an absolute meltdown in this community, these two women that have morals, when it comes to them and when it comes to knowing that I am a fucking loyal, good person. He has not, or he doesn't care who he hurts along the way. Because you have to be loyal to him. You have to do this, you have to do that. The only beef that Trevor has with me is that I did not go to Candor to shut him up. Do you know how many times I've tried to talk Candor out of stuff and try and make him apologise, try and make him see things in a different light? It is not up to me to ask someone how they speak. It is not my fault either. Same as it's not my fault the way Trevor speaks and what he does. It's not my fault. The sheer fact that I didn't try and stop Candor, or I didn't put out a thing about Thomas Markle Jr. is the reason Trevor is angry with me. I couldn't get a hold of Tom for a couple of days because, well, I can't say why. I was not going to say anything about them having a private conversation until I had the go-ahead from Tom. Because to me, that was going to be talking out of school. And I wouldn't do that because I'm loyal. It wasn't until I asked Tom if I could publicly say that he had spoken to Trevor that I did. Because I'm loyal. They had a private conversation. I don't know what was discussed. It's not my business. I don't ask. But it wasn't up to me to confirm it. It's not up to me to ask Candor to do this, that and the other. Who am I? A nobody. But what I am is loyal and honest. Trevor made a big mistake about lying about me. A big mistake. And you can see the hurt in the community. You can see that. I asked him to retract what he said because he knows it's a lie. I know it's a lie. And it puts him in a very not a nice situation because people can see it. His friends can see it. I don't ever want to be a friend to this man ever again. Ever again. But what I do want, and the reason I will never be a friend to this man ever again, is because he doesn't deserve me. He doesn't deserve my loyalty. He doesn't deserve my honesty. But what I do want is a retraction of a complete lie. That's what I do want. Because, if I did run to him and tell him, oh, there was a 4-way conversation, first one I've ever been on, I'd tell you. I'd say, yeah, it was me. So what? Who gives a fuck? But that's the only thing that Trevor can do to try and harm me, because I didn't go to Candor. He should have went to Candor. I didn't say that he spoke to Tom Jr., 2 weeks ago. That wasn't my place to betray the pair of them about their private conversation. It wasn't my place. I kept lips sealed, until I spoke to Tom. Trevor, you need to retract that lie that you've said, because it is my morals. I will never, ever, never, absolutely freaking appalled do you know, lying about someone and bullying someone, and if you have children and someone is lying and bullying your kid and lying and bullying your kid, the first thing you would do is want them to stop and say the truth and be kind. But you'd lose that right when you are an adult and are doing that to people. If you don't like someone, just tell them. But you don't have to lie about them. Now, if Trevor could do this to me, someone who was loyal, it opens your eyes, and does he not see that all these people that have been loyal to him can see this? Now, a person that makes a mistake, whether it was that they lied to get revenge or because they're upset at something, as Trevor has, the admiral, and to have integrity, you retract it. You go on a live or you do a video and you say exactly the truth. If you have integrity, if you have transparency, if you don't want no bullshittery. Thank you, Carla. I knew in my heart that you've got morals. I know that. And I knew that you'd be the one that would say something. I knew that. Thank you, Fiona. Because you know me, Fiona. You know that the truth is something that I highly regard in someone. That's how I raise my children. Don't try and fool me with a lie. Hurt me with the truth is how I raise them. Doesn't matter how bad something is, tell me the truth. Trevor, you need to retract what you said. Because it's not only me that knows it's a lie. It's many, many, many others. And people that are friends of yours, that have been loyal to you, they know it's a lie. how does that not move you? You didn't convince anybody. Trying to convince your subs that, oh, Meghan Markle's debacles told me. Do you think people care about a conversation? Do you think people even... They probably don't even know what went on. We don't even know what went on because it wasn't about him. It just makes him look more of a dishonest person. Once again, thank you, Carla. I knew that you had morals, and I know you've got a heart, and you're passionate, and that's what I love about you. Same as Fiona. Same as Fiona. That's all I've got to say. Trevor, you need to retract your statement. Read the room. People can see, especially your friends. I told you you had a bad egg in your camp. And I know that's fucking hard to swallow when you trust someone and when you think they're loyal to you, but yet that's where they wanted you. I know it's hard to accept there's a bad egg in your camp. But I'd rather know if there's a bad egg in my camp than be deceived. Do the right thing, Trevor. Do the right thing. Because your dishonesty is hurting a lot of people. Anyhow, bye for now.